My husband and I opened the 35-pound box in the house because it was extremely heavy, plus he was really anxious to see what was in it. We opened it and there was immediately all these loose bricks in the box, but the box was really well packed. Usually I'd be a little upset that there was all these loose parts, but the box was really well packed. This was just one bag that was in the box that they did bag up these parts. And there's a whole Ziploc bag full of instructions. These are just some of the base plates that were in there, were these here. And then the non-ones, which you can clearly see that she marked as non-Lego. So those will get resold probably on Marketplace. But this is just part of it. I'm gonna move this stuff and then I'm gonna put some more pieces down just to give you an idea of what all was in that box. I did see a few non-Lego parts already, but a majority are Lego. I knew there was going to be some non-Lego parts when I bought it. I just was really surprised by how many actual Lego parts there are in this box. And there's a lot of older parts which generally sell fairly well. There's some of the bigger plates, which also sell well. Some of the bigger tires. There was this part, which I had not seen before. Guessing it's some sort of tipper truck or something like that for a truck. Boat that needs to be cleaned up a little bit. There's some paint inside there, but I think that'll come off. And there's also some more parts in there that can be taken out. There were bags of stuff, but it felt like the bags had kind of opened in the process of putting it into the box. So when we opened it and picked up the bags, everything that was in the bags fell out. But I think it was just like this one just had a bunch of wheels in it. The thing my husband was interested in, these boxes. And these are new sets. They just opened them and took the minifigs out. And the rest look like they were still in, yeah, still like this hasn't even been opened. Those are brand new wheels, brand new instructions in here. Oh, they didn't get all the minifigs because there's part of one right there. There's She-Hulk right there. So they didn't take all the minifigs out either, so, which is kind of cool. So my husband was excited about this since he does all the parting out of the newer sets. So that was one of them. And I loved her eBay auction because she clearly marked what each thing was. She explained why the boxes were open and just the minifigures taken out. And yeah. Like I said, I think they must have just taken out the bigger ones because I see some of the parts. There's a torso, there's a head in that one. So they didn't even take all the minifigures out, just the bigger ones. And then there's this one as well, which actually got some old parts pulled into it. But as you can see, these haven't even, this one was open, this one was not. So these are new parts that have not been put together, so we'll be able to sell those as new, which will add to our new inventory. And as you can see here, oh, there's one that was broke, unfortunately. But as you can see, there were a ton of little parts. And I expected with the 3 boxes that there would not be as many miscellaneous older used parts in this box. So I'm really excited I was kind of questioning my sanity on getting this just because it was questionable, because you could see that there was non-Lego in there. I really couldn't see how many or what type of older parts there were. There's actually quite a few non-Lego parts, but there is enough of the newer parts and the used parts that I think I'm going to make my money back, plus quite a bit of profit, especially all these parts that are still together. So you have quite a few there. Batman, some Technic parts. So it looks good to me. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. I will do a start to finish. I may put this out there now just so you guys have an idea of what I bid on and won, because there's quite a bit here. And like I said, there's a variety of parts, which is good. It's not just bricks and plates, but there's older parts, there's newer Friends parts, the old Technic rocket chairs, more to add to my non-Lego pile. For now, I'm pretty excited with the way it looks, and we'll have to see going forward if it was worth what I spent. I got the 35-pound box. I bid $100, which was the minimum they had. I figured I would get outbid because I didn't, put in a max bid. I just put in that one bid, and I figured if somebody wanted it worse than me, they could have it. Nobody else bid on it. It was $75 for shipping, which is steep. 35 pounds, paying $175 is still $5 a pound, which is right about what I usually pay on average. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I've been working on this all day. I am almost done. I have one full container that I've sorted through, minus the plates and bricks. And this is what I'm working into, and this is all that I have left to sort. Plus these parts here, which I need to break apart. But here are the bricks that I've pulled out, the plates. There was a lot of plates in that, so it'll be interesting to see how many are there. I also have a little bit of the plants, which they had already separated out, so as I found more, I just threw them in that, which will make it a little bit easier. There are a bunch of minifig things, which I will give to my husband. And unfortunately, there was quite a few of the non-Lego parts. This container here is nothing but non-Lego parts. And I'm sure there's some that I've missed as I've been sorting, because this has been just a really quick sort, mostly to break things apart and to pull out the bigger non-Lego pieces. So that is what I have been working on today, and I will let you know how things go as things go along. I am now done sorting all the used parts for the 35-pound lot. These two are everything minus the bricks and plates. This is the bricks, the plates, and then the non-Lego parts, plus some minifigures and some stuff for the filler box or garbage. And then there was some plastic bags that was in there as well. So today I'm going to be focusing on some miscellaneous items I pulled out. They were either bigger parts or parts I hadn't seen before, or parts I know sell fairly quickly. So I pulled those out so I could get those into Brick Store right away. Then I'm going to work on the plates. I might even see if my mom can come over and help sort these. There are a lot of plates. I was surprised. Usually I end up with more bricks, but this time it was definitely plates. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on getting in next. I am getting ready to call it quits for the night and for the weekend, but I thought I would give a quick update on how things are going with the start to finish. I am working on sorting the bricks over here so that they'll be easier for me to get into inventory. I do have a bunch I need to wash, and then those are the ones that will go in the filler box. I have done 3 uploads on this so far this weekend. This was my first upload. I pulled out a bunch of parts that were unique to me and my store. Also the instruction manuals and some of the bigger parts. That was just 171 items in 100 lots, but it was $122. Thanks to this pattern base plate, the brown base plate, and some of these other parts as well. The first two items were over $11 just by themselves. I did do two other uploads, which were basically just the plates. So this one was 632 parts for $42. And this one was 1,000 parts for $54. So how am I doing overall? As I said before, I was going to be transparent on this one. So you can see that my cost for the 35 pounds was $175. And just in those 3 uploads, I would have a profit of $45 if I sold everything. I still have the bricks and all those other parts to go. My husband hasn't even started on the new parts yet. So I think we're gonna be way ahead on this one by the time it's all said and done. I have actually done quite a bit with this. I was able to upload 392 parts and 102 lots yesterday for $41. It was mainly bricks, and as you can see, the ones that were over 50 cents were all the ones with stickers or pattern, so that wasn't too bad. Our stats so far, as we go through this, we've already put in 2,800 parts, and if we sold everything, it'd be $325. So $150 profit so far. My husband did get the minifigure parts I found into inventory, and I believe he's working on one of the new boxes today. The bricks aren't all done yet. I still have the 1x1 bricks to do. Once I get those done, then I'm going to be doing another sort of 5 or 6 categories that I can then put into Brickstore and get uploaded. So I'll let you know how it goes. I realized today I have not done an update on this since the middle of January, but this is another upload from the 35 pound box. I had a couple of good ones that were over $1 each, which is always nice to see. So I had 358 parts for $23. And just to give you an idea of how things are going with this particular eBay auction that I won, I have 22 uploads with about almost 9,000 parts. You can see that I paid $175, and my profit right now is at $680. So far it's been pretty good. I still have a little bit more to put in. You can see out of the 35 pounds so far, I've only put in 21 pounds of inventory. I did sort out some more parts to put in, and that's what I'm going to be working on next, are these here. But you can see behind here that I have this container, and these are all Lego parts that are scratched or broke or have marks that make it difficult to sell. So all of those are going to go in my filler box. Over here is the box of all the non-Lego parts, which is also quite a bit. So that's why my poundage is a little bit down from where I'd like to see it, but those will get donated to a local charity. There was a little bit of garbage in there as well. The parts back here are parts that I need to wash. You can see particularly on the boat that there's some crayon or chalk or something on there that I'm hoping will come off. I'm hoping it's not paint. And the rest of these are either dusty, dirty, or a little bit yellowed. So I'm hoping that if I can get those clean, I can sell those as well. I am so close to being done with this. I do have this here, which is what I have left sorted out of the box. As you can see, there isn't much left. I do have this to wash, so I do have to go wash these, go through them, and get these into inventory as well. But compared to what I was working with, this is minimal. As for what is not going into inventory, we have this container here of broken, scratched, marked up, stress marked, chewed up parts that will go into my filler box. And for the non-Lego parts, we have this container here, which has quite a bit in it, everything from Mega Block to Tyco. So these non-Lego parts will get donated to one of the local charities, or I may try to sell it on the Facebook classifieds, because I do have those 2 brand new Make It Bricks plates. And then this here is just the garbage that was in that box, which isn't much considering how much was there. So I'm pretty excited to be very close to being done. Just to give you an idea of how things are looking on that, I paid $175 for that box because there was some new sets in there, if you'll remember, and we've already gotten those into inventory and actually sold quite a few of the minifigures, if not all of them that were in those boxes. And you can see right now my profit is sitting at $903. So if I was to sell all those parts, that would be quite a profit. And you can see here that I am at $6.83 per pound because I have 25.5 pounds in my inventory out of that 35. And like I said, I still have a little bit to go. I still have the pieces I need to wash, so that's going to go up even more. This right here is the very last part of that 35-pound box. This is the stuff I was waiting to clean. I did get this stuff washed. We'll see how much of it is good to go into inventory. I was pleased that I was able to get for the most part, get most of the yellow off of this one. Probably need to still work on that a little bit, maybe with a toothbrush to get the last off, but it looks much better and I should be able to sell it even with a little bit of yellow on it. So this is what I'm going to be working on. I'm really excited to have this done. It's taken me close to 8 months to get everything done, probably a little over by the time I actually get these into inventory, but it just makes me really happy I'm almost done. I was really hoping to have this done already, but obviously I don't. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've been working on this, and I got distracted with other stuff and haven't gotten to this, but I do have about 20 to 30 minutes this morning, so hopefully I can get through this or pretty darn close to it and get these in, and then I will be officially done with this eBay auction. So I'm going to get started on this. This is my last upload of this eBay auction. I did have a couple of good finds in this last little part. There was this modified brick that was over $5 and a couple of parts that were over $1. Those are always nice to find. This was kind of a mismatch of parts because this was the stuff that I had washed and was still good enough to put into inventory. So what was my final count on all of this? It actually came out really well. I had over 11,000 parts, and if I sold everything, I would bring in $1,168, which would be a profit of $993, which is really good. My cost per part was 1.5 cents. So it all came out really well. I did end up paying for the parts that went into inventory $6.32 a pound, which is not great, but it works out well. I'm not going to complain because that profit margin is really nice. A lot of the profit though was from the new parts and the minifigures that were also in this lot. And all of the minifigures have pretty much sold already, so we've already gotten our money back for those. But that is how this start to finish has gone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.